2, 1, go. Hey everyone, how are you guys doing today?
Okay, how
Good.
are you?
I'm good. I just want to thank you for your time. I know you guys are really busy getting your classrooms together. Promise I won't take up your time. I wanted to come together today to discuss the diversity and the effects it has at Nickajack Elementary School. Before we begin, I think the first thing that we need to do is we need to define what diversity is. Do you have a definition of diversity just right off the top of your head?
Diversity, different ethics, different
Okay.
social background, economic background.
That's perfect. That's an even better definition than I found. The definition by the dictionary is the state of being diverse, a variety, like you said, different, or a range of different things. And like you said, in this case, different types of students, i.e. ethnicity and background. So you get an A+ for that. Awesome. Now, the goal for today is to, and these are things that I want you to be thinking about while we're going through it, is how do you think diversity affects the student's achievement? Do you have an answer for me on that, Ms. McDonald? Just right off the top of your head.
I mean, I think it could affect their achievement in negative or positive ways, depending on how they relate to who's teaching them, maybe.
Okay, yeah, perfect. Now, you said negative and positive. Let's focus on that negative aspect. What do you think? Could you elaborate for me on that?
I think student and teacher should find a way to connect and have something in common.
Okay.
And that can be difficult if the student feels like they're misunderstood or...
Right. I completely agree with you. Now, let's see. Now, this is a pie chart for teachers at Nickajack Elementary School. There are a total of 77 teachers. And of those 77 teachers, we have 5 males and we have 72 females. And then going back up to the 77 of them, 20 of the teachers here are African Americans, 51 are Caucasian, and then we have 4 Hispanic, and then we have 2 Asian. Okay. So as you can see that our school is predominantly dominated by Caucasian female teachers, which I want you to take note, because when we get to the ethnicity and the gender of the students, you're going to see that we have more male students and then we have more African American male students, which is kind of like on the opposite spectrums of, so it's a clash. Okay. And as I said before, we have 1,156 students at this school. 55% are male and 45% are female. So for our school, that's almost kind of even. I know at other schools it's dominated by males, but you're automatically going to have more male students in female teachers' classrooms. That's just what this pie chart is showing us. Now, of the students at Nickajack Elementary, as I said before, 58% are African American. Then you have 24% Caucasian, 7% Hispanic, 6% multiracial, and then you have 5% Asian, and then we don't have any Pacific Islander. Now, just looking and comparing the two pie charts, what do you think that says? What do you think that says? Are we gonna kind of have that clash? Do you think that it's natural for there to be a clash, because that we're dominated by Caucasian female teachers, and then we have we're dominated by African American males. That's what we're trying to get at here. And don't worry, we're gonna edit this because I know it sounds really bad right now. So. Now, we have all sorts of different types of learners from all over the board. We have our economic disadvantaged students, we have our EIP students, our ELL students, our gifted students, our special ed students, and then we have our general ed students. As you can see, we are dominated at our school by the economic economic disadvantaged students. Now, one thing that I find, and I was doing while I was doing my research, is there's always going to be that problem where, we have the students that, are economically disadvantaged, and they're seeing teachers that, are, living in nicer households, and they have nicer clothes. So I was starting to, I believe that, when students see that automatically creates kind of a disconnect, right? And if there's a disconnect between the teacher and the student, then it makes the classroom environment, not necessarily a positive one. Now, the discussion. How does diversity affect student success? How do you think it, teachers, how do you think it affects the student success? What do you think?
I think it depends on how their home environment also too. I mean, that if parents able to get involved in the students and coach them along the way, you'll be more successful. To me, is that you meet in half point. You cannot totally depends on the teacher. Teacher do 50%, parent do 50%. I always believe on that.
Okay.
That but sometimes the parents have no choice but going to work,
right,
and come home they're tired, or some of them may not even be able to read or do that well academically, that able to help the student, and then that sometimes at home is slide because no one there to oversee or help them along,
right,
and then it also depends on where they are from, the friends they're making, the neighborhood,
right,
and that also get an impact. So really, is understanding and teachers understanding. Also, the parents has to help.
right,
And knowing that this is this, and the good communication,
right,
and both get involved.
Okay, and that is the perfect answer. I do believe that, and you're saying that parental involvement is key for our students, because we do have students that are, different backgrounds from the majority of our teachers. So if we have parents in here consistently, telling their children, hey, you need to do this, you need to listen to this teacher, we're all on the same page, then the student success, is surely to skyrocket. But unfortunately, some of our parents, oh, go ahead, Ms. McDonald.
I was going to say along the same lines, but I think it's really on the teacher to find out what kind of background her students are from,
Right.
and build a relationship with
In order
his
to
or her
understand,
student,
so you know what,
so they know,
what, just like
so you know where they're coming from, and you can find
you
common
know,
ground. I think
understand.
that's
Okay.
that's important.
That's a great answer too, Ms. McDonald. Okay. So here's the discussion. As teachers, we cannot change our ethnicity and our gender. We're stuck. We're here. So how do we reach our students? Ms. McDonald said, really getting to understand and know your child. Letting them know that you're not just a person that has to come here, and we are not just teachers that we're getting paid to be here, because we are being paid to be here. But to figure out what they like, what their interests are, what kind of clothes they like, what's their favorite foods. How do we ensure student success regardless of the child? How do you think that we, make sure that our students are going to succeed regardless of who is teaching them? What do you think? You think it's just, getting to know them?
Again, just building that relationship and building trust, and then they're going to try for you if. And make some growth in areas if they feel that they can trust you and that they can take risks.
Okay, awesome. Well, that's the end of that. What I'm going to do is I have like a little pamphlet that I want you guys to read over, and then I would like for you guys to take like a short little survey for me, just to give me your thoughts and ideas. Please let me know how I did. But thank you guys very much for your time. Appreciate it.
Good job.